Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Jasmine Show.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Vince. And we're here to talk about another episode of Married at First Sight, Season 12, ATL.
2.
Episode 2?
Episode 2.
Hello, stranger. We got some more people getting married today, right?
Yeah. So we see the first 3 weddings.
First 3 weddings.
Yes, the first 3 weddings. You know, they always got to break it up lifetime. At least it wasn't a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, that's the most important part. I enjoyed that. Definitely. Shout out to all the couples that got married over the last, we don't know when it was. So, but yeah, shout out to y'all. Congratulations.
Last year, probably.
Congratulations. Was it last year? Who knows?
Probably.
Sometime last year. But yeah, so we had at least 3 couples. They always show like pieces.
Yeah, they started Ryan and Clara's wedding. And then we finally saw them get married. And then they started Paige and Chris's wedding.
There we go.
But I guess next week we'll see them get married.
We'll see the rest of the actual wedding. But are we're gonna start? We're gonna just go right into the couples and breeze through all the different couples. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, so let's start with Ryan and Clara. So finally, they had their blindfolds on. They're holding hands. I thought that he was gonna say something like sweet or something because it was about having a connection before seeing the physical, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't know what he had planned.
But he
shout
was
out
like,
to you, bro.
Sorry, my hands are sweaty. I'm like,
this is still with the blindfolds on?
Yes. I'm like, sir, you should have been like, hi, it's nice to meet you. You know, get your Rico Suave on or something.
She don't know he Rico Suave yet, though. But you can't. I would probably would have said something. No, I wouldn't. You could. That's like a little joke. I'm sorry. My bad. My hands is a little sweaty, but it's wonderful to meet you. My beautiful queen that I don't know how beautiful you are yet. But, you know what I'm saying?
So they finally take off the blindfolds and they are like smiling. I thought their teeth was going to jump out their mouth. Yeah. Okay. Like.
That was beautiful. I really, like I said, I thought that was probably the best thing about the wedding, and definitely, I don't know if everybody's going to continue this tradition, if you will, but I do think it's a cool way to, like, you're walking into this blind period. So I thought it was dope.
I thought it was a cute idea, but I feel like if he would have said, I think he should have said something during that.
You know, he's good with his words, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So the vows are pretty good. Of course, Ryan has great written communication. It was very sentimental, but it is a little weird because she doesn't know yet that he's never been in love. So I'm like, so you can write all this, but you don't exactly necessarily haven't experienced love. Maybe he has experienced love. He just he's been scared.
I wonder when he's going to tell her.
I don't know, man. But anyway, I just hope that this communication that he has translates into the relationship. Cause she's an over communicator. And he seems like he can write, but he doesn't seem to have a lot to say besides that.
That's dope.
So they did kiss.
Which is great.
Oh, let me go back to her vows.
Right.
Her vows were regular, but she did say one good thing she said was like, the perfect marriage is when the imperfect couple learns to enjoy their differences.
There you go. That's beautiful.
I like that.
That's beautiful.
We'll see what she does with that.
We'll see.
They had a little kiss or whatever.
Yeah, smoochy smooch.
Little smooch. Everybody kissed.
Which is great. I always love when the couples kiss. Is always, I don't know what the ratio.
But you're a wedding person. So
I'm big on weddings. So I'm not sure if there is a ratio of couples that kiss to couples that don't kiss and who works out. I feel like most of them are a little bit awkward. Did Jamie kiss? Was it Doug, her husband?
Hell no.
She didn't kiss her husband. Yeah.
Doug.
All right, there you go. So there's an example.
She was like,
there's an example right there. But I honestly think that, you know, if they kiss, I feel like if you down for the moment, you down for the wedding, you down for the pictures, you down for the honeymoon, kiss this person at the altar to make it look good at least, and then work it out from there.
Yeah, nice picture at least.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the couples that
kiss.
Get they smooch on.
Want to kiss?
Yes.
Wow.
Always.
So basically, once they're talking to like get to know each other or whatever, he's like, "Oh, what was your biggest fear going into this?" And she says, "I'm terrified that I'll fall in love with you and you won't love me back." And I was like, "The jig is, girl, he ain't never loved nobody, so you about to be tight."
That's crazy. That was a little bit of foresight right there.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you about to be tight."
Was he like? in his head. Like, it's like, yeah, actually.
Yeah, so and then the other thing that they found out in common, he was like, so what do you like to do in your spare time? She's like, I do like to like go to concerts and stuff. And they found out that the last concert they went to, they were both there.
Lil
it was
Wayne and Blink 182. I thought that was
like,
actually pretty
that's
dope.
super dope.
That's
like,
pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how they I guess they just figured it out, which is dope. It's just dope that they were at the same place at the same time, which we're finding out to be kind of a trend from some couples.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been to concerts and ran into my friends, a lot of different friends before.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a common thing. Like, I mean,
shout out to Woody and Amani, who apparently met a couple weeks before before they got married, which is pretty dope.
So also I was like, they seem pretty comfortable like kissing and being close during the pics. Their pics look pretty good, you know.
Dope.
He looks I don't know, he looks like a clown to me. I don't
Damn.
know. Not like a bad way. He just looks kind of like nerdy a little bit. I don't know.
You said he's boring, so we'll see more from
I think he's
one
boring.
night.
So going on to like the wedding reception, the speeches were kind of funny. Clara's dad had me dying because he was like, I'm just glad nobody asked me to pay for shit. I'm like, that's true.
That's the best thing that you could.
As a dad?
As specifically the father of the bride. That's the best thing that you can hope for. He's like, yo, honestly, this is great. I didn't have to come out my pocket. Do what you do. Do what you do. So shout out to Dad for getting us started off on a very cool and light note.
Yeah, and Ryan's friend Steven was basically talking about how Ryan is like super, like he's had a lot of success and he's very ambitious and he loves to like, he goes above and beyond as a friend. Like he's that friend that FaceTimes his mans. Mm-hmm. He don't call them. He FaceTimes them.
What does Ryan do again?
I forgot.
I'm not sure either. Is he a computer guy?
Maybe.
I didn't write out
I don't know.
what he does.
I don't know what he does. Right. But either way, they've been they were getting along up to this point or whatever. Not that they had any beef, but at some point during the wedding reception, her bridesmaids came over or whatever, and she gives every complaint to him that she's had for the whole day. And Vince hates that type of stuff. I'm not
a fan of complaining.
She was like, my hair, my makeup, my sneakers, my dress. And he was like...
Talk about that the next morning. You don't have to discuss that.
He was like, looking like, oh, nah, I'm not here for all this.
All that, huh? All right. This is just our wedding day. Right. Like, feel free to enjoy it at any point.
So, moving on to Virginia and Eric's wedding day.
Let's talk about it. We're going to go back to Clara because we got some stuff to talk about.
We gonna
but shout out to Virginia and Eric, who Virginia looks different to me every single time I see her for some reason. But maybe I have to get adjusted to her face because I'm not used to seeing her. I'm like, wait, who's that again?
No, so Eric basically, he really wants everything to work because he doesn't want to get another divorce. He's the first divorcee on the show.
Is he though?
That's not them, babe.
That's not them? That's not. See, look at me. I don't even know who.
I
don't even know who that is.
He don't know who.
Which is why. Look at me. Which is why I'm like, I don't have.
I'm like, that's Haley and Jacob.
Yeah. No, I remember Jacob's face. I don't even have a picture of their wedding.
There we go.
Look at that, Virginia and Eric. I was like, that's not Virginia. That's why.
So
it's early.
He also mentions again that he's pretty traditional.
Yeah.
I am going to take a shot for every time I hear people say traditional on the show. Every time he says traditional, I'm taking a shot. Okay? I can't take it.
There's nothing wrong with being traditional, though.
Speaking of taking shots, Virginia was taking shots. Many shots before the wedding.
Yes.
And one thing about Virginia is she going to take a shot.
She going to get her shot in. And that was what our topic was last week, was that is she too lit for him? I think she's too lit for his family, especially. Right? I think that he might let her live a little bit, but the family seems super judgy to me. Yeah, so you mentioned, they both actually mentioned, mainly his family, that his parents are very conservative, I think.
Traditional.
And traditional is the word. Again, take another. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you say conservative, does that mean more on the traditional, like, all right, this is like a lady, you know what I'm saying? Or are they talking like Republican conservative? Like, I'm curious. Like,
what's wrong with Republican
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But like specifically traditional is what, because she said her family's a little bit old fashioned as well, right?
She said her parents are traditional, but her siblings are not. Then she just blurts out, oh yeah, my sister over there, she's gay. Her and her partner have been together for 15 years. Oh yeah, my nephew's over there, artificial insemination. I'm like, Why are you saying this at the reception?
He broke. She was strung out on crack. Like, what?
That's too much. I feel like that's something you get to. You don't just need to spit that out off bat. Like,
we don't need to know.
I was like, that's a bit much.
We don't need to know all that gin.
But anyway, she has a fear of abandonment due to being a child of divorce. So we're hoping that the divorces between both of them will motivate them to work it out. But he looked concerned because she was drinking the whole time. Mama Donna was not with it. During the speeches, who did the speeches? Her friend mentioned during the speech, oh yeah, and make sure you don't let Virginia get in the back seat if she's had a few drinks because she does get car sick. I'm like, everybody talking about your drinking. Mm-hmm. You need to make sure that your friends don't discuss certain things during their wedding speeches, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not okay. All right, so what else? Moving on to our favorite couple.
Our favorite couple. Who's our favorite couple? I think it's everybody's favorite couple at this point.
Brianna and Vincent.
And Vincent. Any Vincent in the world, I'm going to be down for, obviously. So shout out to you, Vincent.
I want to call him Vince so bad because you don't let me call you Vincent.
Yeah, no, but call him Vincent. Every time somebody says it, I'd be like, who are they talking about? But I don't go by Vincent. I've always been Vince. And his friends here and there call him Vince. I feel like she'll probably get into the area of calling him Vince probably. But he introduced himself as Vincent as well. So we're going to call him Vincent for the most part. Yes. But Vince, we here for you, bro. We here for you.
Yeah, we are.
Favorite couple. The biggest thing about them that I like so far was that they complimented each other right away, which is something I love to see on this show. Yeah. When you know what I'm saying? Oh,
so you don't have to guess if they like you or whatever.
Man. Yeah. Come on, come on. This is your first time meeting somebody.
This is a person that doesn't know you. Have to be very verbal with your communication.
It's your first time meeting somebody. So I don't remember exactly what they said, but he probably said something like, "Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, you're very handsome. Yeah. It's nice to meet you."
And that dress was bad. That dress was bad. She had the slit. She had the pockets. I need a dress with pockets.
Her dress was nice. I don't know how to feel about his jacket, but he was rocking it. He was killing it.
And you know what? I didn't think I was gonna like that green, but I thought it was gonna
look. I thought it was gonna look too promy.
No, it looked nice.
He was killing that. Good job on that, Vince. But yeah, I like when they introduce themselves and get started on a good note. Get started on a good note. That's all. You know what I'm saying? She liked when she was coming around the corner. She was like, "Oh, tall, check, handsome, check, beard, check." You know what I'm saying? So get that out the way. That's again, it's good that she was feeling him on the way to the altar. Yes. And he was cheesing the entire time. So shout out to him enjoying.
This was the first wedding that I felt like it really felt like a real wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they're fake weddings, but it felt like two people that have known each other. And their pictures was fire.
Everybody that watched this probably enjoyed their wedding. I mean, that's what it was there for. It was there for us to enjoy it. That's why they spent so much time on it.
I could feel their energy. Like when they went to go talk, I could feel it like their energy just flowing. I don't know what it was. It wasn't like, not like sexual energy. It was just the attraction.
It was butterflies.
It's
like, oh, this is nice.
I was like, I love this.
This is nice.
Yeah. So at the reception, I keep saying reunion in my head.
Reception.
At the reception,
right.
I thought it was funny that, I don't know if anybody else peeped it, but while they were doing their first dance, Brianna's dad was ice grilling Vincent.
Oh no! When they first got when they got to the altar, he was like, "I don't know why you cheesing like that." Like, his face was just like, "Yeah, I'm here too. I'm here to give her hand, but I don't know why you." I'd be like, "Yo, why are you looking, sir? You came to my wedding. Like, calm down." So yeah, he was on it. Again, he was just hyped the entire time. So shout out to her dad. He just wasn't having it. I don't know. He's not down for the process, but he made it there. So I guess
he said he was there to support her.
That's good.
And he's just protective.
That's all we ask.
I get it.
That's all we ask.
Also, so they started talking about like Vincent was saying like a typical night he would like to cook a dinner and have some wine. I thought that was interesting because I remember in her intro she was saying, I just want to come home to somebody and drink some wine and kick my feet up and talk. And I'm like, he wants to do the same thing, sis. Like it's perfect.
That's all we want.
But he did ask her if she cooks.
Yeah.
And she was like, she cooks to eat. And I was like, he's hella Dominican.
He's
not going for that.
So he's like, plátanos, rice and beans, pollo.
He's not going for that.
What you be making? She's like, Hot Pockets? I don't know. He's like, but with a arroz con pollo.
And she don't eat chicken. She's a pescatarian.
Oh, he mad. He on the low. He mad.
But I feel like he took it well. He was very open to like compromise. He was like, "Oh well, we can both cook together."
That's
you
good.
know?
I hope he can cook
and dance in the kitchen. They were like, she was like, did he ask her? Oh, she asked him. Oh, do you dance? He said, "Oh yeah, bachata, merengue."
That's it.
I was like, oh, okay,
break it down. Break it down. He can teach you a little something.
His family, hella Dominican.
Shout out to all my my Dominican brothers and sisters out there. I think she asked him before they got to the reception. She asked him. She's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Rollins." She was like, Rollins? What? He was Morales. You can't, just for anyone, Morales is not really a difficult name. But if you know that you say your name with an accent, or if you, this is just a pet peeve of mine, like say your name clearly so everyone can understand it. And then, you know, I'm just weird like that. I don't know. This is gonna be her last name now too. So make sure you enunciate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But go ahead. All that we know about her so far. Well, first we love that it feels natural to them. It looks natural.
She looks stunning,
at least. But we know first thing that we learned about her was that she bossy. So
she's bossy.
Enjoy that, Vince. She bossy.
Yes, but I feel like I'm bossy. Like, independent black women that have a career, that are educated, are bossy. Like, you know what you're getting. There's a good and a bad side to it. But your life is going to be snatched for the gods. Like, it's going to be together. Your finances will be in order. Your house will be in order. Your money, yes. And also, she was impressed with his business, which I know he was like, yes, because that was his biggest concern he was talking about. So, moving on to the speeches, Bree's friend was like, you know, we trust that, you know, we welcome you into the family. We trust that you have the best of intentions. But if you don't, we gonna fight.
She actually said fight.
She said fight. I was like,
oh. All right, go ahead, girl.
All right.
Go ahead. Vince didn't seem too flabbergasted by it.
No, he wasn't.
Right? It was nice.
If he was, then he ain't the one. You know. Vince's cousin was like, Vincent is still scared of his grandma.
He did say Vince, though. He called him Vince. That's his cousin, right? His abuelita. Abuela, sorry.
Yes. She might be an abuelita now.
She might be a little
grandma.
Abuelita.
Yes. So, that was our synopsis of our favorite couple.
Right. That was Vince and Brianna. We'll talk more about them and their love. Who else do we have to talk about?
They started talking about Paige and Chris.
Right. They didn't show
they didn't show the wedding.
I saved Eric and Virginia's name as wrong, but we were talking about Jacob. They didn't show them yet.
No. They're next week.
Next week. All right. So you want to touch on Paige and Chris?
Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So Paige's friends were like throwing out the craziest possibilities. What if he has one eye? What if whatever? And she was just like,
you got to be prepared.
She was so calm. She was like, yeah, I'm optimistic. Like,
that's dope.
She didn't have any nerves, it seemed like. And
that's good.
I thought that was interesting.
I noticed that she was relatively chill.
She said God put it together.
Until her dad came in the room. Was that her father?
That was her father.
Does she have a stepfather also?
Yes, she does.
That explains why. Okay, cool.
She's the one that her parents, both of her parents have been like.
She seemed like when her dad was talking to her, he was like, yeah, I'm so proud of you. She was like, yeah.
She's like, thanks, I appreciate that.
So she might not have we don't know. She might not have the best relationship with her father.
I think she said she had a good relationship with her
possible.
parents. But
maybe
both
she was
of her
just awkward.
parents have been divorced several times.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So I'm like, who are these people that's finding people to marry? More than one person to marry. More than 3 people to marry. More than 4 people to marry. I can't even find... this is the only person I've liked my entire life.
Who you looking for? All right, I was about to say. There's a lot of people in Atlanta, so who knows?
I lived in Atlanta. It ain't that many people
all right.
that you would like. Not like this. Ain't no Vinces in Atlanta.
Come on.
So, Chris was basically saying that he did this because he wants someone to love him for who he is, not for what he has, since he has money.
Is that what he's doing it for?
Also, his grandparents came. His grandma is so cute to me. And they've been married for 40 years, and Grandpa's advice was, don't ever be ashamed to apologize, even if you're right, because it's about the makeup.
That's right.
That's disgusting, Grandpa. Thank you.
It was.
I don't want to think about you having sex with my grandma.
They didn't have to spotlight that moment, but that's something I feel like grandfathers should pass down. My grandfather ain't tell me nothing about being in a relationship, so.
My grandfather told me never buy someone shoes because those are the shoes they're gonna leave you in. It's a superstition.
That's
also what happened to my grandfather.
Oh,
he
damn.
bought his wife shoes and she left him.
Damn.
In those shoes. That's crazy.
Damn. Sorry, Grandpa.
All right. So anyway, they basically, I did like that everybody was praying. Like his whole group squad was praying. That was dope. Her whole squad was praying. Dope.
Bring God into the relationship.
I was like, yes, you need God in the relationship.
I like it a lot.
And the last thing that I had was like Chris's parents were like, they came out, they sat down, like where the wedding was supposed to happen, and they were like, yeah, but if she ugly, it's a wrap. I'm like,
that was his dad that said that?
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
His dad was ugly, first and foremost.
Funny.
I hope he's not gonna look like his dad when he get older. That would be tragic.
I hope you not talking.
But I was like, the fact that his parents know that he's that into looks is that's kind of sad. Right. And the preview made me feel a little weird. Like,
was he like, oh,
yeah. I'm like, is he not gonna like her? Because the picture makes it look like their wedding pictures look like they like each other, kind of.
That's his ex.
But yo, I was saying, what if that happened?
Or that's his ex's friend. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Nuts. His ex fiance too. That'd be wild.
No,
that'd be wild.
Messy as hell.
That'd be wild.
Okay, so
yes.
You ready?
So, yes. So, that is our discussion for all the couples. We did want to go into just a little bit of detail, keep the show short again, about Clara. Clara's rudeness. People have been saying a lot of times, and she's even shown things that is like, I don't necessarily like the way that she said that. I think the thing that stood out the most was...
last episode, she was being super judgy.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, Virginia's wasted. Like, you should be helping her if she wasted, if that's the case. If you such a friend, supposedly.
Right. I think.
But this episode, the issue was when after they got married, they went to talk and she was like, oh my gosh, what's your last name? And he said it was like Oubre or something like that.
Did he say it? Did he enunciate?
He enunciated and spelled it.
Come on. See?
And she
that's
said,
what I'm saying. If you got a difficult name now.
Yeah, she said, oh, I was really hoping for a last name I didn't have to like spell every time I say it. Like Smith, black, white. I'm like, that's rude as shit.
Where you going, girl? Where you going with
that's
this?
That's rude as shit.
Where you going with this? Every time I look at her, she just looks a little bit more annoying for some reason. And I'm just like, is she going to be the annoying one? I can't think of who was really annoying to me last season. But like, is she going to be the one who's like, girl, just don't say that. Go sit down.
I feel like she has diarrhea of the mouth and she don't know what to say out of her mouth.
Very
she don't
possible.
know what's appropriate. And first and foremost, I remember in the beginning, she said that she dates people that are racially ambiguous. And he said he's French Creole. So in my head, that's as racially ambiguous as you get. Yeah. And those are the type of last names you're going to get with that.
Glad we know what he is now, though.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
It's like, we think he black.
He definitely had some black, but I didn't know what else was going on. Anyway, I'm not feeling Clara. We'll reconvene at a later date about her.
We're going to talk about that. You wanted to touch on before we finish up. You want to talk more about Clara, or you want to talk
I'm done with Clara.
Talk about the black love that takes place on Married at First Sight? Something that we've been excited about. Obviously, well, we always rooting for everybody black, like my girl Issa Rae. Period. All right, but we've had some crazy couples, some here and there. Jazz obviously attributes the love to Pastor Cal's doing. Right?
I've been watching this show since season 1. Shout out to Pastor Cal. And I don't think Pastor Cal joined the the experts until like maybe season 4 or 5. But these black couples that they've been putting together for the past few seasons, some of them have been working out. I feel like they put together some strong couples. You got Jeffy and Shawnice. You got Keith and Christine. You got Woo-Mani. You got who else is
Come
it?
on,
Woo-Mani, our favorite couple. Yes.
On, man.
You got Karen and Miles. You know, this season we got Vincent and Brianna. And I just want to say shout out to Pastor Kyle because the earlier couples, like I remember season 1 was Monet and I cannot remember the guy's name.
I don't have a picture of Pastor Kyle in here now.
A lot of those couples were not a match. And I don't know if it's maybe the expert advice, them being a little bit more hands-on. Last season they kind of dropped the ball, but it still works out well. Right. But they are matching these black couples. And I'm happy to see a positive representation of black love on the TV every week.
Right on.
Thank you.
Rooting for everybody black still. Shout out to Chris and Paige. We don't know how it's gonna go, but
we'll see.
It's looking alright. It's looking alright. Obviously, we rooting for Vince and Brianna, and of course
they don't consider that a black couple though for some reason.
Okay, a couple of color.
Dominican is black.
A COC.
I'm sorry. Public service announcement. Dominican is black.
Yes, and I'm I consider myself African American, but I am a little bit Dominican.
You a little bit Dominican.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's my, give me some platanos with bachata. We'll do what you think. All right. But yeah, that, is there anything else that you wanted to discuss?
No, I think
on
we're
that?
all good. Let's go to the ratings.
Get to these ratings now. Again, we haven't seen every single couple. We did give them like some preliminary ratings for last week as well, but we'll run through these right now as well too. Starting with Eric and Virginia. We both gave them a 7 last week. How you feeling about them this week? It's too early to tell for me, for real. Virginia might be too late.
Are we rating Virginia and Eric or Virginia's makeup?
I'm living them
because her makeup is a 3.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Her makeup is a 3.
All right, I'm not a cosmetologist like
it looked
my
crazy.
dear mother was, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Normally you could do soft glam for a wedding. That was too bright of an eye.
We're on the rating. She out here talking
I'm
about.
just saying.
She out here talking about her foundation and blush. Now it was all love, girl.
It wasn't the foundation. It was the eyeshadow was too much.
Right.
It was too much. You do soft glam, okay?
So whoever her mua is,
get it together.
Get it together. It might have been one of her friends or something.
No,
like that.
I think they just dropped the ball with hiring this because the black makeup artist was doing it, okay? But the other ones, I don't know. Clara, the makeup didn't look that great to me either. But it was at least soft glam. It wasn't bright.
That was a Geico commercial. Jamie, progressive. Jamie, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that eye. Don't do that eye right there.
So I'm gonna give Eric and Virginia. I would still give them a 7. Like I haven't seen anything too impressive.
We on 7 still. That is not Eric
Mama Donna is definitely judging her from across the room.
Right.
But we'll
Shout
see
out
how
to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all get a 7 this week.
I do like that everybody is attracted to each other. Though.
No, that's great. That's the best thing about it because every once in a while there's always somebody that's sitting there like
I don't know.
I don't know about this one right here. All right, moving on to Chris and Paige, who we only got to see a glimpse of their wedding. I think we gave them a 7.5. Last week, did I give them a 10? I think I agreed with you. I think a 7.5.
I'm going to give a 7.5. I'm just going to keep it the same because I want to see the wedding.
I think the ratings are going to end up being the same for us this week. We're leaving at 7.5. I'm actually going to go to a 7 because of that, you know what I'm saying? Just because we don't know what that was. We don't know what that was yet. You know what I'm saying? And just hearing so many things. Again, I shouldn't apply what I'm hearing, spoilers and stuff like that to this episode. Yeah. But as of right now, we'll see. I'll give them. I'll leave them at a 7. Continued. Right. Jacob and Haley, who we didn't get to see yet, right?
They get the same score they got last week.
Yeah, I think we gave.
We're not sure about them.
Yeah, we gave them a 7. You gave them a 7. I gave them a 7.5. We'll leave it at that.
I don't think he's that attractive.
Oh.
And he says, "Oh yeah, she needs to be at least a." What did she say? He said an 8 or something.
That's like an old white dude.
Do you deserve an 8?
He a 38. What's the problem?
I think Haley is very cute. She's a cute girl. So I think that he's gonna like what he sees. But is she gonna like what she sees? That's the question.
We gotta figure it out. And yes, very, very last couple. We are on Ryan and Clara. We both gave them an 8 last week. I feel like that score is gonna drop just a little bit. The first drop.
She rude and she talked too much for him. And also he said he has a big personality. And I ain't seen it.
Stop lying, bro. Stop lying.
Where's the big personality? Maybe with his friends.
I don't even tell people I have a big personality. People tell me that, and I don't even think that my personality is necessarily.
You have a huge personality.
Yeah, just a little bit, but he's boring right now, but also again, like you said, certain things that she said is just has him like. Why,
but he does travel.
Why are you saying this?
So I want to see how he is on the honeymoon. I think he might be a lot more fun
in a different setting when it's not like my whole family is here and I just met you.
Right.
That might be a little bit different. Yeah, so you know,
I'm gonna give them a 7.5.
Giving them a 7.5
because I'm not really. I don't have much faith in her right now.
That's where we at.
But they're not horrible.
That's where we at right now. So, that's the end of our ratings this week. If you have some ratings, please feel free to drop those ratings in the comments so we can see how you feel about certain couples. If you have a favorite couple, or if there is anything that specifically that you need to talk about, I definitely want to make sure. Oh, you gotta tell the people to like, comment, and subscribe at all times, right? You gotta tell them to do that, right? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please hit us up on Instagram at the JasVynce Show. Make sure you're following us. You say it way cuter than I am, but like, comment, subscribe, do that.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
I don't appreciate you winking at the people like that, but I'll take it.
I can't even wink.
You gotta lure them in. We try to get our followers up. We need our subscribers up. Again, please hit us up on Instagram. Feel free to message us, DM us, or even on YouTube, because we need to know what topics you find interesting so we can discuss these as well, because a lot of people are talking about certain things. So we're going to have some more stuff to talk about as well. And yes, we will be coming back with a live show at some point. Shout out to our YouTube buddies, Millennial and Mom. We're planning a live show after all the weddings are done to discuss with you so we can hear your opinions live on YouTube. But at this time, thank you so much for watching the show. Once again, I am Vince.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we are the JasVynce Show. Thank you for watching, everybody. Peace.